Yeah, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back with another episode of Unleash Your Success with your boy Grubbs and not me, who else? Um, just following up off a very good episode, just teaching people how to save your home, or if you're on your way to losing that foreclosure or any circumstances. I mean, never letting your house get taken can ever be an option. Just let you know, as many programs and things out here to get into. This episode is a very unique episode too. Um, it's about sponsorships. Um, Reason this is a topic because about a week ago, a company reached out to me about a sponsorship. Um, it lasts for a year, one full year. Um, Sponsorship value is 130K. Yeah, 130 grand. Um, the reason that I want to talk about it is, like I say to some people, they might think that's a lot of money. To me, I'm not gonna say a make a side guy. It's not a lot of money. But the things where you have to understand, I've been in these places before. So if y'all look back at my previous episodes, I have done direct businesses with big corporations, younger age, 26, 27 years old. So I know how to handle myself, and I know when people throw out offers that ain't always okay, Kyle, let's go. I'm gonna break it down a little bit in detail. Um, yeah, I heard the basics. I was offered a sponsorship deal, value 130K, last over a year. So I'm gonna tell you the list of requirements to the sponsorship. Requirement number one is I have to record a channel for each YouTube that I show my face on. So that would be Unleash Your Success, Shit Talking Time, Chronic Cinema, and another one I do with my homeboy, Nobody's Listening. Any four that my face appear on, I would have to record nonstop. So what I told them was be a little bit more in depth. They said they need me. My obligation is to record a video for each channel, edit it, and upload it each and every day by 7 p.m. All of them need to be set to come out at 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. Either way. Yeah. Now, most cats would be like, oh, that's not that bad, bro. Okay. These videos, y'all see, like in the state of it being made, this is what they call raw footage. By the time I take it over and do the lighting effects, conditioning part, chop out the extra parts, put in your intros, put in your outros. If you do any advertisements, you have to do that too. It could probably generally take about, well, see now, being those that I'm this far in the game, I got templates for everything. So my editing process is sped up, not unless I got some stuff I gotta cut out or some stuff I gotta merge in. Now it becomes work. But if it's just a straight shot video, because I'm definitely been one take hold. I do these joints one take. Ain't no cut, no pause, no nothing. So normally I could kind of just cut off the choppy beginning, cut off the choppy end, put the intros and outros, and go ahead. Even if now, like I said, I'm about to, y'all will start seeing advertisers popping up in my videos because by YouTube not giving me a chance to monetize until I hit a certain peak, that mean I can't make any money, but I can continue to invest money into my channel, but I can't make none. So what I'm gonna do is probably after the new year, because I haven't really I got the whole format set up, but I'm not ready to roll it out yet. But at the new year, you'll start seeing stuff like Cash App tags, donations, because a lot of people inbox me and ask me, how come you don't have a donation channel? they understand that I do all of this stuff. I mean, all this equipment, this stuff that I've been on, stuff I've been had. I didn't go out and spend thousands and all this is stuff that's been in my house because I do stuff based around this type stuff. So people like, why don't you take donations, bro? That way you can get the expensive microphones, get the Rhodes caster. That's what you do the donations for. Oh, I thought that's what I go to work for. I mean, for me, pause, I'm more like a back end boy. I'll put my money out in the front because I know when they come with one of them $1 million worth of game deals for 100 M's, I ain't got nobody to break off. I don't have to feel bad. I done did it from the mud. Like that's my whole concept, but I'm starting to realize that that's not the way that the world works. um Watching these other YouTubers, these donations are what pay for these videos. That's what buy these cars that they repair. That's what pay for the trips that they take to show you the videos. I'm starting to keep that in tune now. It's not begging and it's not taking a handout. It's somebody who appreciate what you're doing in front of this camera and they just want to throw you something because they appreciate what you do or the information that you provide for them. So for that reason, I am going to start putting like donation links and stuff like that because, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but if you do, I appreciate it. But moving forward, when they have calls, literally it took me 3 days to read through this paperwork. It was like 60 pages between chasing my kids, running in and out. Okay, it took me three. So after we cut through all the gibberish, because they got a bunch of gibberish in there, it's only really four main parts to it out of 60 pages. The part that I have to make content daily across every channel. I own a lot of YouTube channels. The ones that y'all see, I got channels I haven't even made videos for yet. I got channels that got videos just sitting. I got another channel, 100-something thousand views that I forgot about. So I have a few different channels. So for me to take on an obligation like that, and I have to be forefront with all of my channels. I can't say I only do two. Then no, it's all or nothing. The one part that I don't like about it is how I just told you, oh, I'm going to be adding donation links, advertisements. I cannot do that. Once I sign on with these people, they get full control of my channel and social medias. So they control what advertisers they want to put up. So if they want to post some more crazy shit that I don't agree with, I can't do anything about it because they're paying me. And some of the times, that's why I understand where I try to tell people sometimes keeping your dignity is a lot more profitable than having the money. Because if I be on these platforms and I present myself, and they posting some goofy shit up there, that hurt my brand because they, oh, bro, I didn't know you was into that. I'm not. I ain't do that. I can't say I was hacked. I can't say it was spam because tomorrow they might put some more goofy shit up. They got control over all my accounts for the next 365 days. And the only thing they can guarantee me is, oh, we'll naturally grow your following. You'll have probably close to 300K by the end of the year. We'll take care of all your social media. It's like everything sounds fine. But the thing that this company, hopefully y'all see this video because y'all family from YouTube, y'all got to understand. These podcasters are regular people who do this stuff. I am an internet person first. The podcast just became a new hobby. I've been online when the online wasn't none. So with me, you gotta come crazy. I'm not saying you gotta come at me with no 10, 15 million up front, but you better come correct. And it 130 ain't coming correct. Now the reason why some people out there are saying, damn, why wouldn't he take that? That's a lot of money. But I'm gonna tell you why. Everything that I put my face on is not owned by nobody. No, and no plant, no investors, no sponsors. The only sponsors make, only investors make. I make my artwork, I do my editing. It's not a team behind me, it's just me. If any of y'all know me from back in the day, I'm team one man team. I've been there. I'm still a one man team. I record with people, but as far as behind the scenes, one nigga, I'm a one man wrecking crew. That's expensive. Not only have I always been a one man wrecking crew, I have advanced a lot. So I know how to monopolize now. See, when these cats come and find me, they looking at these YouTube channels. They don't know that I own my own podcast hosting platform. My podcasts are on Spotify, iHeart, but where they hosted. No, it ain't hosted where everybody else shit is where I'm paying money. I built my own site to host my own podcasts. I don't pay for that each month. They offer me social media marketing. I got my own social media marketer. I can run 10 social medias at one time. Give me something that I ain't got already. Offer me something that I can't do. Tell me that y'all gonna give me a fucking full-time video editor, or all I gotta do is shoot and go chill. That honestly would have been, I thought that was gonna be top of the chain. Like, oh, we gonna edit the video. No, they told me still editing and upload is my job. That's the main part of my job. I mean, the content and uploading to YouTube. Everything else they got. After y'all put your advertisement shit in, like, come on, man, you got to see between the lines. So you think about it. They gonna give me 130 grand, but in the same time, they gonna be building my platforms, and they gonna be running advertisements on my social media. So when we think about 365 days, I know when social media's peak and I know when pages peak. My other YouTube channel, as soon as I hit 50 uploads, that shit peaked because YouTube sees the interest in it now. If they took their time to put 50 uploads up here, oh, this shit serious. Okay, let's get them some natural traffic. So now my other now that YouTube channel, they just hit 50 videos, gets tons of natural traffic each day for 300 to 400 views. That's fine for nobody's. My other one, that joint just hit 36 something uploads. That joint get natural traffic, 300 visitors a day. I don't do promotion. They have social medias, they got TikToks and shit like that, but I'm not really a promotional person like that. I'm getting into it now. That's why I'm getting my whole social media marketing thing together so that way I can be on top of it. I can be posting daily. I can be interacting more, getting more followers, gaining more traction, things like that. Stuff that, as you can hear, I can do myself because I'm already doing it. I do a little bit of social media marketing. I also do a tiny bit of marketing as far as my YouTube videos, but I don't spend no more than probably about 25, $30 a week to get the results I get, which I'm okay with. Because right now it's not about the big results. They'll come later on once I hit 75, 100 videos, 3K subscribers, then this shit will start rolling there, which I know how the natural practice is. You can't cheat the balance. That's why they say give them a year. Within the first 3 to 6 months, my page will grow up. I know it will. It's doing that every day anyway. So in my eyes, like I said, we're gonna go back to this. You got every other podcast. They own the LLC, yada yada, so on and so forth. But they shit hosted on the acre. I'm better than them, bro. I got my own platform. I got my own social media marketing platform. Oh, I got my own website already. What do your websites do? All my websites sell apparel and other stuff. Like everything that y'all can give me on the platter, I already got on the table. So that means you need to give me something that I don't have on this table. Most likely it need to be green. And it need to be in abundance because that's the only thing. See, buying me, you ain't just buying a platform. My nigga, I'm a motherfucking beast. And like I say, my work shows over and over again. I keep creating. I stay fresh and never stop. I got a whole list of shit ready to roll out next year. I ain't even waste my time bringing it up yet because I promise I wasn't gonna talk about it until next year. Let's get everything going that we got out now. But I got a whole nother lineup coming out next year for y'all. Like it ain't never had like the other stuff ain't been going on. Like with me, it's more to me. So to have somebody like me, oh yeah, it's gonna be expensive. I mean, like I say, most cats be like they look at it as a situation as they bringing on a newbie. I'm not no newbie. I'm a novice, nigga. I just play the role of a newbie because I believe in building, and evidently what I believe in is right because they landed on me. They came to my career. But like I tell people, I like to do it the newbie way because it shows growth. If you come out, all the bells and whistles, everything look perfect, you look like a gimmick. So always keep that in mind, man. It's good to go from mud to ground. You don't just walk straight up and now I've been here. Everything look cool. You got all of it, guests coming on. Everything look full setup studio. Yeah, okay. Some people might get a loan and invest into their affairs to go out that way, but not many. If you pay attention, a lot of the state of the art ones are people that already had money. Show me somebody who actually went and took out a loan, rented a studio, start recording, and just went straight to success. The reason how I know that's not true, because if you look on a lot of these marketplaces and use stuff, number one selling things is podcast equipment, microphones, mixers, studio lights, boom mics. It's all stuff still around podcasts because people start and fail because they don't understand. And the work is a lot harder than you expect. It took me 2 months to figure out how to get on Spotify. 2 months how to get on streaming sites. Now I'm on every streaming platform across the world. I figured it out. And I mean, that's another thing about these spaces that I tell people I get in. I'm not one of them cats who just see somebody doing it and just want to do it. No, I need to conquer every aspect of it. That's why I'm already thinking on the next level. I got my podcast and I need to host them. Why not build a platform? Now I could be one of the alternatives for people to host their podcasts. My platform auto uploads your shit to iTunes and everything, just like Spotify. It does everything the big boy should do. Right now, I use it for my purpose because I have so many platforms. Why would I sit there and not? I use it just for me. Once I get all the bugs and once I like the functionality, then I release it to the world and now I can make money off of that site hosting other people's podcasts. The social media marketing tool that I built, same thing. A lot of people don't feel like posting every day. Okay, you use this social media marketing tool, load your posters inside for a week all the way up to 6 months. You can input up to 6 months worth of posters, and each day, whichever time you set it for, it will post your posters for you. I even got a little feature that I'm working on where it has a chat bot installed. So like when people comment, it won't give them a your comment, but it'll give them a comment. So that way you don't miss the interaction. Because I have pages where I go look back where people was commenting and asking questions, but it was 4 months ago because I don't check that box all the time. So that eliminate that. Everybody will feel like they getting a response. Makes them feel special. Or our message to be messaged back. So certain features, like I said, that's the stuff that's coming with me. That's what I got preloaded out the gate. And like I said, I only been doing podcasting for the last 6 months, but I've been doing the internet for the past 15 years. I done own websites totaling up to 40. I mean, I had a recording studio for a second, so a lot of this stuff comes together. I know the programs, I know the software, I know about microphones, I know about the setup. So, like I said, with me, it's like anybody who brands with me, ain't no batteries included. And we know when you buy a toy with the batteries is included, it's a very expensive toy. I'm like a toy that comes with a rechargeable battery, so you know that's what the expensive toys come with. The batteries you don't have to go back to the store and buy. It's just like people. I mean, me knowing my worth and me knowing what I can do is what make it better to me. I think that I can make 130K in a year off of this by myself. I really think I can make 130K over multiple channels. So that's more than that. Because like I said, the most popular channels that I have are not even the ones that I talk about. That's how much I try to show people I'm not a glory hound. Like I got some channels out that pop, but right now that's not what we doing on the daily. So there's no need in me bringing them up. It's just a boast tactic. But like I said, my faceless YouTube is doing numbers, numbers. So I mean, it is what it is, man. And I mean, just always just pay attention, man. When they send you paperwork, read that shit thoroughly, man. Don't sign no contract based upon no amount of money you get because they got so many clauses inside to rip you off. You'll be surprised. Like they got performance clause. So if you missing days on uploading videos, they can pull the plug. Don't get it fucked up. They're not giving you this bean 30 up front. They giving you this bean 30 over the span of the 12-month deal. It's supposed to be just like a job. They'll pay you once a month. So don't get it fucked up. Like, oh, I got my bread. Nah, 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 nah. They pay you per month. And they have what they call performance clause. If you're not making these video upload times, you're not keeping them completed, they can terminate. If you're doing vulgar and unethical things during your show, they can terminate. They got their termination clauses total like 5 pages. And you could tell the contract was done recently because it has a lot of the new stuff that people do. And it has a lot of shit that people would do. You know, I haven't done anything that violates any other list, but I've seen people who do it, and I've seen these shows that go along with it, that getting angry and going on rants, Twitter rants and shit like that. They can terminate your contract. Pretty much, this money is going into your brand. So anything you do to tarnish or affect your brand is grounds for termination. Flat out. You get caught up in scandal. I ain't seen nothing about getting beat up in public and not like that. But sex tapes, leaked videos, leaked pictures, um, arguing and threatening people. Like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff falls under those clause. Because to me, I say it's the ones that damage your brand, but also too, I guess they kind of make you talk respectfully and they make you handle yourself respectfully because you're representing them. And I guess, they forget that you own this platform, that's your own. Like you can do a lot to fuck with the money when it comes to representation of you, which is my platform. So just keep that in mind. I mean, for me myself, I'm a definitely counter for a higher number. I'm not going to be a dick and just say no because the opportunity is big any way you look at it because it shows growth. People get to see your page look a lot better because the sponsors are putting money into it now. So it's an upside of it, but they're gonna have to double that number, double it, maybe tap a little more in it. That'll be cool, but I'll be all right with double. They can double that number, I'll definitely be cool. We got a meeting tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it. I can shoot my rebuys to him. And I mean, now I can let them know what I got to offer. So now all of they perks, how majority of they perk lists I already have. So maybe they'll take that under consideration and they take the revise. If not, ain't no hard feelings, man. I keep doing what I'm doing. So, but I definitely had to get that off. And I know that was in the business space. And I know a lot of people right now are getting into podcasting. A lot of people are dealing with this brand ambassador stuff. People are doing a lot as far as with these sponsors. And I mean, just be respectful of these sponsors. Some of these cats come out just be little ranky dink companies want to invest into you because they want to be a pod, get into the podcast because everybody else in it. But no, don't come knocking on nobody's door like you Cadillac or some big spot AT&T and you know billion-dollar corporations that's looking to sponsor. Those are the ones that can come along and try a bully tactic. But even from what I heard, quiet as kept, the big companies come and grab gas. They coming straight out with M's. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a big company. They got more people. So they understand growth. They understand that if he has some money behind him and the right people, where this could go in 5 years. So they'll give you that $4 or $5 million because they want to, be with you. Now you take that $4 or $5 million and you make this shit bigger and bigger and bigger. Pause. They gonna come back at you with a with wills, probably somewhere around wills or less, because they gave you the money, they watched you invested into it. You didn't buy jewelry, you didn't go on vacations, you didn't buy cars, you invested back into it. You got good quality guests, you got your setup, you got this done, you got that done, you ready to go. I mean, now we feel comfortable putting our money into really putting our money into you, and people don't understand how people respect you more when they see cats giving you money. Remember that. Even in the streets, people respect you when they see cats coming up giving you money. It's the same thing in the business world. When you get them alerts, such and such just signed a deal with a podcast for 40 million. Niggas be like, damn. And you watch how your notoriety go up because these companies just seen enough for you to give you $40 million, man. I mean, they're basketball player money because they only gonna give it to you. Like I said, I don't be knowing how these deals are structured. That's the part I would like to get behind and see, so that way I can make a fair evaluation. I mean, speculations say that Gillian Wallow got $100 million for their deal, $1 million worth of game. I remember, if I'm correct, I thought the first deal was like 4 or 5 million. And then they got another one. The next deal was for a B. Now, for me, I'm not going to say that don't sound shaky, but how long did they get him 100 mil for 5 years? Did they give him 100 mil for 10 years, which is only 10 million a year? Or did they sign him for the rest of their lives? Did they take creative control now to where they can post more racier advertisements? They could pretty much post whatever they want and they have to go with it. The reason why I wondered that it made me think about it is when they had for a local sponsoring the knockout party. I mean, for me myself, I'm not a Four Loco drinker. Me personally, with my platform, any of them ever sponsor it, I'm gonna say I may have one. The hip hop joint maybe, but I can't really put hip hop in a box and say Four Loco is the hip hop drink. I mean, shit, I remember back in the day, everybody was running around drinking St. Ives because every rapper was running around drinking St. Ives. But every nigga had a 40 ounce back then, too. times have changed. And I mean, for me, if I had to pick a liquor, like I said, I was cool with them promoting Amsterdam and stuff. I could. I know cats that drink it. A lot of people in the hood drink it. But for a local, I don't know. That would be had to be a hard thought because for me, it would have to be a money grab. People would definitely know it's a money grab because they ain't never seen me drink a full local a day in my life. Never asked for one from the store, don't even know what they taste like. So people who truthfully know me would be like, yo, he just did that shit for the money. And that's not the kind of appearance I like. So, I mean, most of the time, like I tell people, man, I work hard for these opportunities, for these people that come knocking at my door. I work hard, so that way I can see guests when I reach out to them and ask them to be on my show. They don't see no 2 episodes, 3 episodes. No, we got a nice little episodes, and you can see where the cameras got better. I can do it remotely. You ain't even gotta leave home. I can send you a backdrop. You can do it right from your crib. I can do it, conveniently. But I needed to make sure that I can show something when people go and look, I got a good product. Nice amount of episodes, everything look fair. Thumbnails are fully custom, everything edited down, everything looks perfect, and I've been content with the product that I've been putting out. Like I said, I know it's always better product, but I'm not ready for that right now. The product that's getting put out, I'm actually okay with it. I mean, it's getting me deals, so evidently it's good. As far as the next level, I know all that stuff it'll come around again. A lot of my channels, you'll start to see the the money comes in the second seasons. To me, first seasons are like pilots. People say they do pilot episodes. I do pilot seasons because if it's not hitting right, I'm not gonna keep doing it. It's mainly you just sinking time and money into something that's not working. So nah. And I know which shows of mine are working and which ones are not. Honestly, that's why I record for 'em, because I see the ones that's getting it, and then I see where it goes. When I release Unleashing Success, this channel was dead for quite some time. This was my very first YouTube channel, my own personal YouTube channel from back in 2006. And I played with it here and there throughout the years, and I left it alone when I decided to start Unleashing Success. I said, you know what, I'm gonna be dedicated with it, and I'm gonna make sure I get videos put out there on that joint because for me, like I used to have headaches because I had so much information. I used to be like, man, I'm gonna just put it out in videos. And then when I used to sit down and do them, it didn't come out that way. I don't know why back then I didn't just get me a fancy webcam. Back then I had a 1080p camera. I used to sit on the desk on the tripod, and then I had to wait for the video to drag off to on the computer, and then I edited. Like it was a lot back then. Now life is more simple. You got platforms, which also don't let me forget too. That's another piece. Don't let me forget that one. Um, when I say that I own every aspect of a podcast, I forgot about another thing too. I also have a video site being made too. When I mean as far as video site, no, not a YouTube, a Zoom. Same exact setup, same exact content. I spend $16.99 a month for my account for Zoom. I pay $22 a month for ChatGPT Pro. Um, I pay, I have a lot of different costs, maybe about 100 some bucks a month as far as podcasting. So by me building on my own, I take my costs from 100 or some dollars a month to $10 a month. We're gonna say that for another episode, but yeah, it's that simple because I pay $17 a month for Zoom, 16.99 to be exact. By me building my own platform like Zoom that takes that cost away. Yeah, it might cost me a few $100 to build it, launch it, whatever. But I save that money in the long run. And once they get the bugs and all the kinks out, I can offer this service to people for cost. So now if I got 10 people recording their episodes through my software, Zoom might want 16 a month, I'll do 9.99. So now they only paying $10, people will flock to that. Riverside is more expensive, and mine has 4K technology, so you can record with 4K. That's what makes Riverside so much better because it has 4K and Zoom doesn't. I don't know why Zoom has made all this money and haven't added 4K technology, but they still haven't yet, to at least to not know the accounts that I see. But I have 4K, so that makes my platform a little bit better than Zoom, and it can run with Riverside because if I got a small community of people using it to do their podcasts, which everybody in the world is doing them, that's a pretty good cash cow inside of the podcasting room. Um, like I said, the video site that I have that I'm building, the hosting site, social media marketing, and like I said, I also have an AI assistant site too. So there's four aspects that's around that I own actual domain sites. AI site is called taskassist.com. I got another one called Cash Feeder. Why don't go follow these that fast? They'll be up. There's some of this have coming soon, but you can still go see. I have Cash Feeder. And see, Cash Feeder is going to be the one that's going to house everything. Cash Feeder will have the Zoom software. Cash Feeder will have the hosting ability and the social media marketing tool will be all inside Cash Feeder, all in one. And the other one will be split separate. The AI site, that one is called Task Assist, but that's where you can go and get like your YouTube descriptions, your podcast descriptions, things like that, product descriptions. It does everything that ChatGPT does. I mean, believe it or not, like I tell people all the time, ChatGPT is God. All of these sites are just built. And when you go to the administrative panel, they're going to ask you for an API key. All you have to do is go to ChatGPT, get an API key from OpenAI, plug it in there, and now your site is powered with artificial intelligence. That's why you see all these people building these because the API is free in the beginning to a certain extent, and then you have to pay for the API, or you have to pay for the usage that you use through the API. Like I said, for me, I like ChatGPT, but I just rather have my own capability. I hate when I pay $20 a month and then I sign in and they tell me try back in a little while. It's busy. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's busy for the free users. So that's why I came up with the idea of making my own, which was Task Assist, because I like to have my own stuff. I figure the traffic would be low if I'm the only one on it. I don't know if y'all paying attention. Chat GPT is starting to limit search queries and results per day now because more and more people are starting to use it. They have to keep it fair. AKA, they need to keep that speed clear for the people that's paying for them APIs because the APIs do cost. Chat GPT make money all the way around the board. Even though you're using the APIs to power your site, they still charge you for that API. So, be careful with that. And I mean, I got a lot of good stuff coming out, man. A lot of good stuff. I mean, as people know, if you follow me in the past, I'll build stuff where people piss me off at. And I got a few people that have been pissing me off the last few years. So I got a couple of domain names coming for their neck. I need to be better. I didn't even want to bother y'all spaces, but y'all can't fucking with me. I came in y'all space just to, get some shit done. Y'all gave me a hard time, so now I'm in the space. But pretty much how things go with me. Plus, like I tell people too, it's like investing in me is investing into a lot because you only see 20% of what's me. And I mean, once you see more, I know you're gonna be like, okay. That's why I tell people, man, you fucking with me, man, just bring your checkbook. I'll let you know what I got. You let me know what you wanna do. We come up with a number. Sound good for me. Sound good to you. We can move forward. And like I said, I'm one of them people. I got tons of ideas, books and shit that ain't even been created yet. Tons of stuff. So I mean, that's normally what I used to tell myself a long time ago. I'm a creator. Um, they didn't have a word or a name, content creator. But yeah, it was just a person. But even back then, I was always trying to find a calling for myself. But I know I was a creator. Like as far as making inventions and stuff, I didn't made a lot. Like that was where I really, really got good at or got my confidence when I came up with this invention. Still not gonna talk about it because it didn't never come out and I still got it. But I came up with an invention that I thought was clever. And I tell people when I come up with stuff and it's like pause, it's hard to get it started or hard to find the pieces that go along with it. That give me a sign that it's not something I need to be fucking with, and I don't. When I made this first invention, it was like everything came together. I remember sitting at the table writing the schematics out because I was doing the car. I actually still got the copyright jar in my safe. Yeah. So I was sitting there doing writing the schematics out or whatever of it, color coding the wires, showing what was what, all this good stuff. Because I looked at a schematic video on Google. I mean, looked at a schematic on Google and did the same thing for a drawing. And then next step, I went and got the components that I needed to make it. Some of the stuff, like I said, I had to order it because I was making something miniature. So I had to buy like miniature subwoofers, miniature Hive speakers, and then I had to buy the world's smallest amplifier. The amp was about this big. It hooked up to 4 speakers. It was supposed to be 5 amps or something, and it was powered off of 4 AA batteries. And I remember when I first was like putting it together, I remember sitting at the table, soldering the power wires and all that stuff. My dad, like, man, you always doing something, man. That ain't gonna work. I said, man, I bet you it do, man. I'm telling you. I remember when I hooked that phone up, he was on the phone talking. Man, I hooked the phone up, music started playing out that joint. He said, "What up, man? That really worked." I'm like, yeah, it worked. He was like, yo, that's crazy. And then I showed him how I cut the little piece out where you can put your phone inside it and close it and stuff like that, where it won't affect the phone. You can still do your work, let it play, open the book back up, hit the button, change the song, you know. And then I even was smart enough to make sure I put the headphone port on there. So if you didn't want to play it out loud, you can plug your headphone into it. And I did that. I made that shit right at my dining room table. No heavy equipment, just a soldering iron, some wire, and the materials. And when I watched that Joe Power on, and it actually played for a long time. I sat there for about, I had a BlackBerry at the time, but I think I sat there for about 30 straight minutes playing with that, just playing certain stuff. And then even back at that time, I was online because when I had sent it to product advent. I know a lot of y'all see them people on TV and be careful with that too. But I sent it to product advent and they tried to spam me. So I started adding other technology to it at the time. Like I added a Bluetooth receiver, so that way if you didn't want to use the MP3 cord, you could simply use the Bluetooth receiver. The reason why I installed the Bluetooth receiver in it was because I know them MP3 cords was horrible back in the day and they create shorts in them. And I didn't want a bunch of people trying to return this product because the cord had a short in it. So at first I was thinking about making a cord with a plug. So that way, if it does get a short in it, they can simply just, you know, call me, the company, and order another plug adapter that goes to MP3. Then I got smarter because I was like, well, how about I just add an input instead of a plug? Now you can use your regular MP3 cord and plug up your phone to it. So that was a feature I added. And then I added a headphone jack so that way if you did want it to play out loud, you can simply plug your headphones in and listen to it through your headphones, which really ain't make no sense because you could have put your headphones in the device too. But I wanted to make sure I had the capability. And then, like I said, when the short came with the cord thing, I'm like, man, let me put the Bluetooth in. So now you could just pair your tablet. Yeah. I could back then, iPads, everything paired Bluetooth. So I just put the Bluetooth in so that way it could pair to anything that would it could be paired to. And I mean, the invention was like years ahead of it. And I mean, still to the present day, it still hasn't been made yet. Still haven't seen it in those stores. And I already had the part two of it. The part one was supposed to be, just music. Then I had a video version of it too. Yeah, crazy, man. But I scrapped the idea because product admin tried to tell me it was something similar. So once I sent the revise back with the added features, yes, they told me that it was not set. Well, that made it unique, but it was some other stuff. They tried to use some legal terms, gave me a headache, and I said, fuck out of here. Because when they told me what they told me, I wouldn't have a patent lawyer, and a patent lawyer told me no, they was lying. And they told me to be careful because he said they'll deter you from doing something and then turn right around and do the same thing. But they got the money and lawyers to hurry up and patent and stuff like that. So when I told my patent lawyer, I had a letter full with, a envelope full with the schematics, the whole idea, the date and time I came up with it when I made the prototype. And I took it to the mail and I mailed it back to myself certified with signature. And I never opened it. And it was just sitting in my safe for like about 10, 12 years. Still got the letter. That's how I used to do the ghetto copyright because again, I didn't have no money to copyright nothing. I used to come up with stuff. I was just, sitting in the crib online. I didn't know that I can file the paperwork myself. They didn't have, what's the joint called? Forgot the name of it. Rocket Lawyer, I think it's called. They didn't have them filing sites back then where I could have paid a few $100 let somebody do the paperwork and did that, times advance. And that's why I told myself I'll bring it back out later. Now is definitely a time it can work because so many people are using something like it. So it's definitely could be a time for it now. I have other power sources now. I don't have to worry about batteries. I could probably install like a power bank situation where they can just plug it in, charge it up, and then power bank and keep it charged up instead of you having to buy batteries like the one that I had. But I was giving away rechargeable batteries. That's what made it a little bit more costly. But you it's another food for thought. I hope this helps y'all. This is for all the inventors out there. Because another piece of advice, like I tell people, I was inventing stuff before Shark Tank. Thought a lot of times, like when I watch Shark Tank, I'm one of them people, I salute because I love a clever mousetrap. I'd have probably seen about 3 things on Shark Tank that came across my mind. I just never did it because I thought that it was stupid or people wouldn't accept it or wouldn't use it. And Shark Tank told me, man, fucking try it, create it, see what happens. Push come to shove, and people don't like it. You just had to sell it off for cheap. but you still, made that try and you still made something. Creating is everything. That's one of the hardest things in the world. So you're able to create something from your mind and make it real in your hand. Don't ignore that, man. That's a gift. That's a gift to people. When I first made that prototype, like I said, it was kind of corresponding to what I do. I deal in wiring and shit like that. I done installed cable before. I done installed car audio. I do with computer shit. I can build computers. I can do a lot of shit. So even for my forte of building a prototype wasn't hard. To me, it was actually pretty simple. It was kind of complicated being those I was making small parts. And then I'm a perfectionist. So when I built the prototype, I wanted this prototype to look good too. So instead of me just leaving it looking plain and blank, I decided to go that extra mile and go to the fabric store and get some good, nice fabric that I like the color of, spray adhesive, wrap it around, make sure it didn't look all tacky. Took my time, took a nice little sharp razor, cut the holes and slits out where everything goes. So when they fit it inside, they fit it inside snug. All I had to do is put a little glue around the edge. And if I can find it, one of these episodes, if y'all remind me, it's in here in the box because when I moved from up north, I remember when I came back, I took the specific box for a reason. It's inside, the prototype is still inside of the shoebox right now. And y'all can remind me, or if I can remember, I will bring it out and I will go step by step on how I created it. I will take it apart, show you the full extent of how I did it. Because to me, it's not usable. I mean, the cool thing about it, I got younger kids. My kids would probably love something like that. That's another thing too. I tell people a lot of my ideas I will backseat into the right time. Now that idea would have definitely probably popped back in that area when I made it, with the way that I watch my kids and other kids are about it, they would love something like this. I really think it would be really, really popular now. Plus, with the technology and the times, I can add more to it and make it do more. These lithium batteries are going to another level. So I can have a better power supply for it now, along with life power source. Like, it's just crazy, man. So just watch because, like I said, my adventure side of me never leaves. I tell everybody all the time I'm gonna build something called the Wizard Shack. That's what I'm gonna make all my stuff at. All my crazy inventions, because I have way more. Even watching those videos, mechanics they be making the stuff to help them work. I got a lot of those too. And before I go, I'll tell you all a cool little story or something that I did. Toro should be sending me a check, but I ain't gonna say nothing about that because I ain't put it out to the world. A few years back, I was doing property management. My nephew was my grass cut guy, but some days, he couldn't work or, circumstances. So I got stuck working, cutting grass. Normally it'd be me and somebody else. So we can walk arm to arm, and we cutting the same path, which is getting it done fast instead of me taking one up and down, which is two walks. We doing it in one and come back. That's 4, 6, 8, 10. So we was running through these yards faster. My nephew ain't come out that day and I didn't know what to do. So I had to come up with a plan because I had a whole list of grass cuts. I started out a little late. I needed to get them done. Um, so I was sitting around, like started looking, like, my work. The way I used to buy my supplies, I used to buy doubles. So I had 2 weed whackers, 2 lawnmowers, and then at the time when I was starting my business, every review site kept saying that Toro was the best. So I went and bought all Toro lawnmowers. They told me Echo made the best weed whacker, so I went and bought all Echo weed whackers and blowers. So now I'm at this job. I pull out, I'm up there, Pittsburgh, New Jersey. And I get to this house, man, this grass is crazy. I'm like, oh my God, man, why the fuck would you pick today to be today that you don't want to come to work? God damn it, I need the help, man. And it's like, it ain't like the recurrent grass cuts was fine because I cut them all the time already. So they wasn't that high. They was manageable. I was kind of just pushing back over them to make them look uniform. But this one was the new grass I never cut, and this joint needed some work. So I was sitting in the back of the truck, man. And I was like, I'm ready to go the fuck home, man. And I'll push these joints back, and I let my nephew get them tomorrow. So I'm sitting on the back of the truck, and I get an email. One of the bids I put it at a house for like 13 grand come back. Oh, bed work mean nigga, I need all hands on deck and I got to go to work tomorrow. So damn, now I can't get nephew to do it tomorrow. I need nephew to come help me prep for this big money job. So I'm sitting there looking, I roll up when I start smoking, looking in the back of the van, looking in the back of the van. I said, think that'll work. Seeing these little bolt nuts and bolts on the floor, I looked at the lawnmowers. I took the drill bit because I used to have the drill locks out. I had them expensive ass titanium drill bits. I drilled the hole through the left side of this mower and the right side of this one. And I took the two bolts and I connected, I bolted the bitches together. I put three bolts in total, one, two, and three. Now, of course, you're going to say that flat was in the way. I ain't give a fuck. I closed that flat because they was both bagger mowers. I ain't the flat ain't matter no way. And I bolted them motherfuckers together with three nuts and bolts, tightened them up real good, wiggled it, make sure it wasn't loose, pulled them bitches, and I walked down. I made my own 40-something inch walk behind. This was before Toro put that bitch out. I don't know if it was in production. I don't know if they had it drawn up, but this was about 2 years before that double mower came out that Toro got. And you think about mine was better anyway, because that motherfucker had double the horsepower. See that Toro, their double joint was a double joint, but it only had like 8 or 9 horsepower. Nah, my joint had two motors. Because it was two motors, two blades, two motors. I mean two motors. And I was literally able to run through so many houses that day. Like these were Jersey houses. Anybody out Jersey know they grass is crazy. I was cutting these grasses in like 20 something minutes. And I'm talking about this ride and mower shit for about the same. I mean, that was like when I know, like, bro, this creating shit is you. You know, you got something. Just keep playing with it, keep focusing on it, and try to make it better. So I mean, that's how I became a creator. Little simple shit like that. And I just always kept playing with it, playing. Then I got jobs where I got to use my creative, experience to help the people out at the job or even the companies I was working for. And when you got a big company listening to you, or even somebody who's running this company taking your input on their idea and their company, that shit really make you feel like, damn, bro, maybe I know what I'm talking about, or maybe I do know something. We'll get into that next. I'll tell you a good project that I built, which is used worldwide. And I don't mean build, I helped build the prototype with the man. I helped put the first ones together, and I helped make the first ones that got shipped around the world. I mean, yeah, so all that interesting shit with me, bro. But thanks for tuning in to another episode of At Least Success with your boy Grubbs. Not me, who else? Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell again. And as always, I'll see y'all again next time.